guys, welcome to Somewhere in the Middle. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Angie.
Today we're looking at why is it so difficult to overcome our struggles with getting healthy, healthy eating, healthy living, healthy activity, just being healthier. I know you can't tell, but I personally am just a touch overweight. Not like crazy, but 100 pounds or so, give or take. And over life, I've had various reasons for trying to get healthy. Right now, obviously, I'm older, and so the reasons are becoming a lot more critical. So why is it so difficult?
I struggle with weight too, same as you, and it's been a constant battle for the majority of my life. And I don't know, I have everything possible to eat healthy, to work out, to have this regiment that's incorporated into my everyday life. But girl, when you know what it is? It's preparation. When I'm not prepared, I order DoorDash. I eat the fast food. I do it. It's the preparation. And sometimes, when you are traveling a lot, you're working, you're tired. And I don't meal prep and I don't do, any of that. And so when I'm not working, meal prepping and working out are the furthest thing from my mind.
So we're gonna get into some of those actual barriers later, but they're real. Like they're not, made up. Like a lot of people, and I was having a discussion with my coworker the other day about, making those good. Well, I just eat the same thing every day, and I'm like, okay, baby, that's different for fat people, okay? Some of that's not possible, okay? Some of what you're saying is not even within our realm of reality right now. I mean, food is different for different people. And a lot of those things that we eat, unfortunately, work against our goal of being more active. I know if I eat what I really want to eat, I already know in the next 20, 30 minutes, baby, I'm be about ready to, because exactly. So anyway, let's start with the beginning though. What is our history? How does our history play a part in this?
Well, were you talking about like our own personal history or like Black people genetically history? Girl, I mean, the kitchen is always been the place, right? For conversation, for gathering, always around food, every, family event, every moment. It was always about some barbecue, cooking outside, getting together in the kitchen.
But even before that, when we came to this country, what were we allotted the healthy foods and fruits and vegetables and the fruits of our labor? Were we able to make healthy choices, or did we get the scraps?
Right. Well, those scraps are now delicacies, though. Oxtails, you can't afford to buy them now.
Right. So, and as we look at those things historically, why is soul food soul food? It comes from slave food at the end of the day. And, the methods of preparation, we did what we could and we made the best of what we could. And now it's considered, because it's so flavorful and amazing. Now it is considered a delicacy, but at the time, we didn't know we were killing ourselves. We didn't have doctors saying, if you eat this pork, it's going to, increase your blood pressure and, shorten your life. We didn't have that. And so, but what we also had at that time was mandatory physical labor. And so we had, we lived longer, even though, our health conditions, our life conditions were poor, we were essentially probably healthier because we did more physical activity.
Right.
So they took away, we were moved from the physical activity to the point where many of us consider physical activity work.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's another byproduct when you have forced work now, where work seems like optional. Many of us opt not to. It's just, again, I blame slavery. That's just, that's just how I feel about it.
Right.
But yeah, those cultural history things come into play, I think, because otherwise, you know, some kind of way our diets adapted to what they are now, and it had to have a root. So,
right. You know,
so I'm moving on to family.
Right. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, moving on to family history. So then again, you know, it transferred down to us, you know, making food the center of our celebrations, making it the center of our, you know, camaraderie. You know, if you didn't make good food for your family, you didn't love them, you know. And unfortunately, that wasn't salads and, you know, steamed broccoli. That just wasn't what that was. You know, if it was broccoli, it had some rice, some cheese, some cream of mushroom in it. You know, it was creamy and delicious. You know, so
you're making me hungry.
So right, exactly. So all of those things come into play as far as our history.
Right.
What are some other barriers that now that we're here, now we know better, we, you know, what's holding us up? You said we don't prepare.
Right. Convenience. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. I think, you know, we have these fast-paced lives, you know, and you know, you have some kids, you know, and obligations, and you're trying to be everywhere at every point, you know. And if you miss that one thing, like if you don't cook tonight, then tomorrow, once the work week starts, you know, when do you squeeze it in between extracurricular activities, work, your own personal goals that you're working on, you know, any other projects? When do you squeeze it in? You know, and it's just easy. And, you know, apps like DoorDash and Grubhub and Postmates make it so easy because then they bring it to you and it's already done and prepared and ready. And it's like,
yes, convenience is a big, there's always a cycle, because with me already being overweight, suffering from sleep apnea, meaning I'm not getting a good night's sleep, then I do have a full work schedule, then I do have, you know, this kid in that activity, that kid in this activity. So when I do get a chance to rest, if it's between when I get home, you know, sometimes it's 7:30 in the evening, you know, I have my choices are go in the kitchen, you know, put together a whole meal, or go upstairs to get in my bed. Guess which one I'm probably gonna do, you
right.
know?
Right.
At the end of the day. I mean, I've come in from activities and made breakfast for dinner, you know, because I know it takes 15 minutes for some eggs, some oatmeal, some sausage, some toast, you know. But even that is not the, you know, the most ideal. I might make some noodles, I might throw a pack of frozen vegetables in there, and, you know, try to make it more around it, but it's not planned. It's just, it's rushed, it's high sodium, it's high, you know, simple carbs. And even the spaghetti that we make, I don't want to put the effort, you know, and we know spaghetti ready in what, 30 minutes long. It take to boil the water and the noodles, the meat already ready. By the time the noodles ready, it's done. But just the thought of stopping in the kitchen, I didn't think about it, so I didn't take the meat out. So it's gonna take a little longer to cook the meat, you know. So yeah,
well, I'll be honest with you. After all of that, I don't want to clean the kitchen. That's my next, you know, obstacle. You know, I may or may not have a domestic worker that comes and helps me keep my abode clean. But after my house is spick and span and clean, the last thing I want to do is, you know, prepare all these dishes and, you know, meals and meal prep. And then I got to clean the kitchen. And by this time, like you said, if you're not getting in till 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then you cooking, and then now you're trying to clean the kitchen, you know, you're not going to bed till midnight to get up and do it all over again. So I know these are all excuses, but they're valid.
Yeah, we're talking about barriers right now. At the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. One of the main ones for me, again, is flavor, taste. You know, if I think about what I want to eat, is not something that's healthy. It's something that tastes good. It's something that, again, I got sleep apnea, so I'm low energy. So I'm instantly thinking about carbs. I'm thinking about that instant. I'm not thinking about, but my body is craving that instant, sugar rush, that energy from, simple carbs at the end of the day. So flavor and taste definitely are barriers. What about for some of us? I know maybe not for you, but money. Where do we get these healthy things?
Right.
We were talking the other day about people who are able to get all of their groceries from Whole Foods. Well, we would definitely lose weight if I got all my groceries from Whole Foods, because we
That's
would
not true.
soon then be bankrupt.
That's not true. But that's not true. That's not true. I shop at Whole Foods. It's my go-to, staple. And I'm still thinking delicious. It's not about the stuff is organic and healthy and no GMOs. But when you're eating large quantities, you're not proportioned, and you're eating late at night and going to sleep, there are other factors, that go into it too. So that's not true. So don't think that you have to shop in Whole Foods, or if you do, that it's all of a sudden the holy grail, because it's not.
No, what I was saying is I would be broke. I'd be too broke to buy too much food. So in my mind, and when you start saying that's not true, I was thinking you were going to say it's not as expensive as people think it is, and maybe it is, and maybe it's not. I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to HEB. I'm going to Aldi. At the end of the day, So, and also habit. That's just the habit. When I go to my grocery cart on my Walmart, I already know what I want, because I get the same stuff every time. I'm finished shopping, and you might want some of this. I'd be like, oh yeah, all right, I do need some of this and that and this and that. This is what I buy every time. So,
Right.
Just not being creative in the kitchen as well. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not a creative person in the kitchen. So I want to do or have around here for whoever's going to cook, the stuff that we used to having,
But
So
then,
anyway, lots.
oh, well, I was going to say
Go.
about the creativity. I can't eat the same thing more than once. So, 2, 3 times max, and then, so if you do cook these things, or you to cook the whole meatloaf or whatever it is, after I eat it once or twice, I don't want it anymore, and so now you have, all this food that goes to waste, and then, you find yourself ordering again.
Yeah, because you like, if I'm gonna throw food away, I might as well get a good meal, and I'm gonna eat all of it, versus cooking, spend all this money on groceries and cooking and then throwing it away. Or for me, I will go get groceries, like get healthy stuff, lots of nice things, and never eat it and then wind up throwing it away because it's not what I want to eat. Mm-hmm. So, lots of things. Friends, get-togethers, co-workers, let's go to lunch, let's go to brunch, let's go to this, let's go to that. And that just, is just another thing, which if you're just doing that once a week, or, your cheat day, cool. But, it sounds good every day.
Every day.
To me. Yeah. So what are some things that we talked about, the barriers? What are some things that we can actually do to overcome some of those barriers?
I think discipline, right? I use my my alarm clock on my phone and my calendar like it's the holy grail. I use it consistently. So I train myself to get up, at 5 o'clock every morning, regardless. And that's supposed to be my workout time. Sometimes I'll make it to the gym. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes but I.
You mean the gym that's in your house?
Yeah, the one that's downstairs.
You mean the gym that's downstairs that you created in your garage?
Yes, that one. Yeah. Sometimes, it's traffic.
That one. Oh, okay. I thought you meant another one.
It's traffic on the way to the gym. But, but I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, regardless. And I've been preparing my breakfast at home, because what I used to do is, stop and get fast food on the way to work, the egg McMuffin, because, I'm thinking that's the best, healthiest thing, on the menu. But I stopped that, So, one of the things is I set an alarm, I get up 5 o'clock, and sometimes I make it to the gym, sometimes I don't, but I always cook my breakfast at home, and it's oatmeal, it's yogurt, it's something healthy. I've been juicing. Whole Foods sells these amazing juices, these all natural, fresh pressed juices. They are a little pricey, but they're amazing. I have a juice protein shake for breakfast, and that has helped me, because then I'm not eating out for breakfast, I'm not eating out for lunch, eating out for dinner. So that's the first thing, is you set an alarm and you plan. You get up and start. Getting up is the hard part. Putting your feet on the floor, not grabbing your phone, not going on social media.
For me, the start is is a reason. Um, right now, and I'm almost feeling like I'm experiencing a health crisis in my household right now. So, it's becoming um real. Like, I'm seeing my kids getting rounder and rounder. And I'm I have another family member whose health is really, at a critical point. And so we're like, it's time out for games at this point. It's time out for making plans and, not following through. It's time out for that right now. The last thing I want is my kids, whether I'm living or not, to have them suffering from lack of a physical, active lifestyle, and poor eating choices, and now they're taking insulin for diabetes, and taking blood pressure medicine, and so and seeing them becoming more um just looking less healthy, it's just time out for it. You know what I'm saying? So the reason, whatever the reason is right now, it's staring me in the face right now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, I look in the mirror, I might told y'all I was 100 pounds overweight, babe. I look in the mirror, honey, and you can't tell me much of nothing. Don't let me have my makeup on and my cute clothes, baby. You can't tell me I ain't fly. So before, it was all about, well, I done dropped these 30 pounds, honey. I'm on. It's going, at this point, it ain't no game no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So figure out what your reason is. If it can become your motivation, maybe that might work. Some people say prayer or meditation has been their saving grace for things like fasting and making better choices.
No, when I'm left alone with my thoughts, I think about food. So if you have me meditate, I'm thinking about T-bone steak and smothered in some, garlic butter. No, but you're right.
I don't even eat steak, and that sounds good.
But I'm thinking about, when you said find a reason. Some people plan vacations, and they set these goals. Like, I'm going to Miami, I'm going to whatever, and that's their motivation, because not everybody has kids, or their kids, aren't that.
We used to do that when we were younger.
Right. Anything, that it takes to, light that fire in your belly, whatever it takes to, to get you to start making some progress, and, plan a vacation, and that's one thing. You have those, post the tickets on your refrigerator, right? And like, I got to get in this swimsuit, or, whatever, right?
Oh, good reasons too. Those are good reasons too. Excellent.
Yes.
So now, one barrier we talked about was the financial aspect of eating healthy. It's gonna cost you $8 to stop and get a salad, but it's gonna cost you $2.50 to get you a burger and some fries. Me, I'm going for the burger and fries every time. So I think a way to overcome that would be the planning, like you said, and the couponing, possibly find you some coupons for some, some of your, and maybe you buy coupons or Groupons for when you want to go out, and that way you have extra money for your actual.
But I got something even better for you. When you do have to eat fast food, for whatever reason, whatever your lifestyle is, plan accordingly. Just because you at McDonald's doesn't mean you have to get the quarter pounder, double with cheese and, fries supersize. You can get the hamburger without the bun. You can get, apple slices instead, of the fries. You can get unsweet tea instead of, tea. So even making healthier choices when you do have to eat fast food is a great way to integrate, adding that healthy lifestyle into it. I've been known to go to fast food places and I get an unsweet tea. And, after the first 2 sips, you can't even tell that it ain't sweet no more. You just, washing the food down with it. But What, you look like
No,
normal?
I use 3 Splendors. I asked for the large unsweet tea. No, I put the 3 Splendors in there, and it tastes almost exactly like the sweet tea.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but those are the things, that you do. I love those apple slices. I'll order off the kids menu. I'm known for grabbing a Happy Meal, with some apple slices and some milk, apple juice. Those are ways that you can have.
The first time I lost a significant amount of weight, I lost like 80 something pounds in the early 2000s. I ate I was taking diet pills, but I ate a kids meal every day for lunch. I ate McDonald's Happy Meal every day for lunch. And so at that time, I guess I was in my early 20s, it it wasn't about what I was eating so much as how much I was eating. Mm-hmm. So just the fact of, just changing a portion size sometimes, if you always get a full plate, a whole dinner plate and make your plate, try getting, a dessert plate, try getting a smaller plate and make your plate and just see how you feel. Right. If you usually have a small cup of your water, make it a big cup of water next time and just see, you never know what might be the thing that'd be like, I did this one thing and it, I had these big results. So you never know what it could be. But I think another barrier we talked about was your friends, your coworkers, your, the people that you hang out with. And one thing that I think a barrier, a way to overcome that may be to have a group goal or, make it a group thing versus just you. I know me and my coworker who I work with every day, we literally eat breakfast and lunch together every day. We decided that we're going to, plan our meals this week and eat healthy all week. So just with that, making that commitment to another person makes it more real for you. And so if you could find you one buddy to say, hey, whether y'all see each other in person or maybe y'all say, hey, we're gonna meet up on Zoom every day or whatever, find you somebody to have that shared goal. She doesn't have the weight that I have to lose, but she still's concerned about her health, and so you never know where you can find that extra piece of motivation that gets you over that barrier.
You're so right. That buddy is clutch. I have one, at the new place that I'm working, and we pooled our money together and we started buying the juices, and, we'll eat together. We'll buy the rotisserie chicken or the salad and split it. And, we do it together. And that is probably the biggest motivation is us sharing it. And I'm not ordering, from Applebee's or, whatever. And she's eating a salad. I can't look at her while she's eating a salad and, some tuna and I'm, grubbing out on a, big hamburger and fries. So it helps, have an accountability partner is clutch.
Yeah, the last thing that I have as far as overcoming barriers, and I know you may have some different ones, is just having small steps. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not gonna change your entire lifestyle overnight. People will say small, you want to work out 30 minutes a day. Well, I'm not working out 30 minutes a day right now. Maybe I may start tomorrow. I might walk around this building, once or twice, or whatever. I may not do none of that. I may just, make my small step in the kitchen or make my small step with planning or just take off Grubhub off my phone or DoorDash or whatever, whatever your small step is, just try it. And it may make you feel horrible. Try something else. It may make you feel horrible if you don't stick to it. It may make you feel great and be like, dang, if I could do that, maybe I can do another small step. But be kind to yourself. Don't try to remake, your whole image in one day, and, let's try to stick in here together and get this thing done.
I agree. I support that. Power to the people, baby steps. I would encourage you to buy a Fitbit, and even if your first goal is to, hit 5,000 steps a day, then 7,000, then 10,000, then once you hit 10,000, it's like, oh, I could probably do, 20,000, but little monument, little milestones, Why are you looking like that? What's wrong with the Fitbit? And 10,000 steps, you're looking like,
hey, you started in the thousands, honey. Some of us might have to start with 2,000, baby, you went out of control.
Well, I'm averaging 8,000 steps a day now.
Yeah, no, I ain't had 8,000 since Vegas. No.
Okay.
So I don't know. Don't give up on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Think of your reasons, and at the end of the day, none of us want to leave our kids early. None of us want our kids having to, because this used to be my life. I used to sit, if my phone rang after 10:30, I knew my mom was in the hospital. Is this the time that my phone is ringing in the middle of the night where she's actually, gone? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I grew up. I grew up with a grandmother in the house who had one leg amputated. She moved in with us, and then another leg got amputated behind diabetes. So that's how I grew up. So I don't want that for my children. My mom, thank God, has really turned her health around and is really having things under control at this point. I, thank God, don't have any diagnoses at this point, and I don't want any. And right now, I feel like I'm just waiting, just begging for it. Just begging for them to say, your blood sugar was wrong, or your blood pressure, or your at this point your cholesterol is out of control, or I feel like I'm just trying to get there, like I'm trying to get to the finish line, and I just need to stop at the end of the day.
Yeah, you can do it. I'll be your accountability partner. I'll meet you on Zoom every day.
Okay, see how that works. All right, guys, I think that's it for this topic. Please leave your comments in the description box. Oh no, we're gonna leave something else in the description box. You leave your comments where y'all leave comments at. You know what I mean? And like and subscribe, please. Thanks.
Bye, guys.